Assalamu alaikum and hi everyone. I am Mr. A, the representative from Group 1. Nice to meet you. How are you? I hope everyone is in the pink of health. I have a question for you. Have you ever heard about psychoanalysis or psychodrama counseling? If you never heard about it, don't worry. Because I will explain after this. So, stay tuned with me. So what is psychodrama? Psychodrama is a holistic, strengths-based method of psychotherapy in which people are helped to enact and explore situations from their own life past, present and future. The scenes enacted may be based on specific events in a person's life, their current or past relationships, unresolved situations, desired roles or inner thoughts and Psychodrama is part of triadic systems such as therapeutic enactment, sociometry or group psychotherapy. It uses various forms of enactment to expand deep and verbal method of therapy, brings the body, mind emotion into action at once. Next we look into history of psychodrama counseling. Psychodrama was developed by a Viennese psychiatrist, Dr. Jacob L. Moreno from the 1920 onwards. It was developed from Moreno's interest in philosophy, mysticism and theater and his observation of group interaction and relationship. He was the first one who recognized healing power of group and coined the phrase group psychotherapy. Now, why is psychodrama useful? First, psychodrama can be a very powerful therapy because it allows the participants in the group to experience thoughts, feelings, and emotions in an active, real-time environment. Second, it helps clients gain a new perspective through better understanding of their own roles in life. Next, it helps them to improve their communication skills, indirectly improving their current situations and relationships. Members of the group will also learn how to overcome grief and loss while restoring their confidence and well-being, which helps in the healing process. Last, members of the group will have a chance to experiment with new ways of thinking, acting, and responding. As clients gain a unique perspective, they are free to explore new solutions to challenges they're facing. Next, we look into the elements that involved in psychodrama. There are 5 basic elements in psychodrama: the protagonist, the director, the auxiliaries, the audience, and the stage. The protagonist is the person who is the focus of psychodrama enactment. Whether acting as client, patient, student, or other form of participant, in the act of portraying a personal life situation, a person becomes the protagonist. Number 2, the director. The director is the person who orchestrates the psychodrama to help a protagonist explore a problem. Number 3, the auxiliaries. They act as supporting roles, or anyone besides the protagonist and the director who takes part in the drama. Number 4, the audience. They are the remainder of the group who observe the enactment. For example, they may be a psychotherapy group, a seminar, or class in school. Even so, being an audience is no less important than the other roles, as it implies more than being simply in the group, because when the psychodrama is going on, the director uses the audience as part of the process. The stage is area in which the enactment takes place. There are some props and structures that can make the dramatic function even more effective. So next, what are 3 phases in psychodrama session? First is the warm-up session. A director leads the group through a series of experiences to help members become comfortable with one another. Then they explore their connections, identify a theme to explore and prepare themselves for enactment. Next is the action session. Director leads protagonist through a series of scenes to enact the story. Group members play the role of significant others needed for the enactment. The last session is sharing. Participants are invited to share with the protagonist how the enactment touched them personally. Sharing to the group leads to bonding and a sense that one is not alone. The next important thing is the core techniques in psychodrama. Psychodrama therapists may differ in their specific methods. The following technique are often used. The first one is role reversal. In this situation, the protagonist acts out the role of someone other than themselves. This can improve empathy and help the protagonist understand the other person's role. Next, the second technique is doubling. Another client will replicate the behavior and actions of the protagonist, expressing out loud what they believe the protagonist is thinking or feeling. The protagonist is understanding and awareness of self and others and guides the protagonist in their work. The third technique used is mirroring. The protagonist takes a step back while group members act out the protagonist's event. This allows the protagonist to see he or she in action. This allows the protagonist to observe not only their own responses but also the others. The next technique used is role training. The protagonist practice new skills and responses. It is particularly useful as a method for helping the protagonist to expand their role repertoire, the range of skills and responses they can call on to meet life's challenges. The next technique is empty chair. Asks the client to play his side of the conflict. After the client expresses himself, request that the client move to the empty chair and express the other side of the issue. Then, the protagonist gain insight into his/her own perspective as well as theirs. Number 6, the technique is spontaneity. It means the condition of being spontaneous behavior or action. This can refer to the quality of one's response to a situation. With sufficient spontaneity, we can provide an adequate response to new situations and fresh responses to old situations. The last technique commonly used is future projection. Enactments designed to help group members work out future scenarios about which they have concern. It is for the purposes of rehearsal, confronting fears, practicing a hoped-for outcome, testing expectations. I think that's all for psychodrama. Anyone have any question?
Thank you, doctor, for the good explanation. But I have a question. Can you show me about how this applied to psychodrama?
Thank you for the question. Okay, let me give example by telling the story. One day, a woman feels sad and depressed. Therefore, she decides to meet the counselor to solve her problem. Imagine that the woman wants to meet the counselor and you are the counselor. Hi, I am Dr. Adam.
Hi doctor, I am June.
Nice to meet you, June. May I help you?
I do not know how to say, but I really need your help, doctor.
I try my best to help you.
Okay, I will start my story. I have abused by someone during my childhood. Nowadays, I have 2 children and later married. But, I still cannot move on about tragedy during childhood. Therefore, I always feel angry and felt depression. I don't understand what is wrong with me and feel I am pushing my husband away and emotionally damaging my daughter. Now, I want to become the normal one as I tired of feeling this way.
After hearing about her complaint, you can try to solve by applying this psychodrama. For example,
Now, I want you to put yourself in your daughter's shoes for just a moment.
imagine that your mom always gets angry with you every day. She hurt you mentally and physically. Now, I want to know your response about that. How do you respond?
I feel so sad. I feel like no one loves me, my angel hates me.
Then, what the mom needs to do to her daughter.
I should not scold her. I need to care for her like an angel. Oh no, I have already killed her inside. I feel so sad. I hope I can be a better mom soon.
It is okay, you still have time to change it. Based on this story, what type of chord technique is being used? Role reversal. Yes, it is correct. I think you have got the idea on how to apply this. I think that's all for today. Hope you all enjoy it. Thank you and bye. For further readings, you may want to check out on the list of references that we have provided.